Hey folks, I am Technivorous and welcome. Today we're going to be taking a look at how to make Cura load a little faster on your PC. So if you've ever experienced a little bit of lag or thought it wasn't opening as quickly as it should be, this one's for you, so stick around. But first, I need you to go ahead and reduce your Z offset on that subscribe button down there and make sure you give it a good first layer squish. That way you don't miss any of the awesome 3D printing and tech videos we have coming in the near future. And believe me, the summer is over and we are getting back into it, so there is a lot to see coming down the pipeline. Now, that said, let's get to the star of the show. And la-di-da. Alright, here we go. So, basically, Field of View is added again with another amazing extension, and what this one does is actually lets the user optimize the Cura startup time by only loading configuration files for printers that are currently configured in Cura, which means instead of loading the hundreds of definitions that Cura has, it's only going to load the printers that you use, which is extremely helpful and makes Cura load quite a bit faster. We can also see it up here in our extensions. When we go to Startup Optimizer, we can disable loading unused configuration files, and then we can enable it to make it load faster. We can also make it load only generic and custom materials, which saves a lot of time as well. So I'm going to click that. It says on the next start of Cura, 4,902 configuration files will be skipped. Now, that might not seem like a lot, but it's going to shave off a few milliseconds, up to a few seconds depending on what kind of PC you're running. And mine's actually really slow to open Cura most of the time, but since I've started using this extension, I am a lot happier. So if you're running into a problem where you're kind of bogged down and having to wait for Cura to open, definitely check this out. Get those two boxes checked. I think it still says that here. If I go, once I reload, it should go to change this option, because this changes from disable to enable when you turn it on and off. It also says restore all configuration files if you want to reload them, but there's really no point, because why load a printer you're not using, right? So brilliant. Big thank you to Field of View. He has put out a ton of extensions that are really worth checking out. So if you haven't, make sure you head over to the marketplace and see what you can find. Normally they have his name, well, they always have his name right here, but they have a very similar theme here as well. And we can go and check out, I think we can search by user, and you can see that he has a ton of extensions. They all kind of have this plugin, which makes it easier so you know what it is. And there are quite a few more to check out in here. Sidebar GUI, Startup Optimizer. A lot of these are things to make Cura work smoother and faster. So if you ever see Field of View or talk to him, tell him I said thank you. And that's going to be it for this one, guys. We will see you in the next one.